Caitlin Clark's brother seemed to poke fun at Washington Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson after she slammed Time magazine's decision to name the Indiana Fever star Athlete of the Year. Clark was rewarded for her transformative impact on the WNBA in her rookie year, sparking a surge in viewing figures and ticket sales. The 22-year-old arrived in the league as an already established star after 4 stellar seasons with Iowa at the collegiate level, and she has gone from strength to strength in the pros after being selected with the #1 overall pick. The point guard was named the WNBA Rookie of the Year, but Johnson believes Time should not have anointed Clark as the defining athlete of 2024. In an interview with CNN Sport, she claimed that putting Clark on a pedestal over her peers would stoke feelings of racism within the WNBA. Johnson instead argued the league as a whole should have been given the award. Why couldn't they have put the WNBA on that cover and say, "The WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have," she said. When you single out one player, it creates hard feelings. So now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA, and I don't want to hear that. Johnson also took umbrage with the term the Caitlin Clark effect, which has been used as shorthand for the WNBA's growing popularity since Clark's arrival. "It's the way media plays out race," Johnson claimed. "I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition they should have." Clark's brother, Colin, clearly did not take kindly to the Mystics co-owner's comments. He took to X, where he reposted a message from back in September from Front Office Sports, which said, "A record 20,711 fans were in attendance for Fever Mystics tonight, the largest crowd in WNBA history." Clark made no attempts to downplay her impact on her sport in her interview with Time. She said, "I've been able to captivate so many people that have never watched women's sports, let alone women's basketball, and turn them into fans." Controversy has been part of the story, although not necessarily of her own making. She was subjected to attempted flirtation by a male reporter at her introductory press conference with the Fever, who was later suspended before curiously missing out on Olympic selection and being subjected to persistent fouls by rivals on the court. And now Clark has been dragged into a race debate by one of the league's owners. Clark says she does not understand why such storylines develop around her. "I tell people I feel like the most controversial person," she said, "but I am not. It's just because of all the storylines that surround me. I literally try to live and treat everybody in the same exact, respectful, kind way. It just confuses me at times." Sheila Johnson, billionaire co-owner of the WNBA's Washington Mystics franchise, has criticized Time for the decision to put the Indiana Fever star on their cover. Instead, she believes the media should do a better job of promoting all the league's players, rather than focusing on Clark's success. This year, something clicked with the WNBA, and it's because of the draft of the players that came in. It's not just Caitlin Clark, Johnson told CNN, noting the pull of her rival Angel Reese. "We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized. I don't think we can just pin it on one player." Last night, Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't Time magazine put the whole WNBA on that cover and say the WNBA is the League of the Year? One of the most prestigious accolades of the past year has gone to Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark, who was recently named Time Athlete of the Year. It's a well-deserved honor, recognizing her remarkable accomplishments during her senior season at Iowa and her impressive rookie year with the Fever. In her first season in the WNBA, Clark won Rookie of the Year, was named a WNBA All-Star, and helped lead the Fever to the playoffs for the first time in over 7 seasons. Clark's impact on the game of women's basketball has been profound, and her ability to inspire others, despite the immense attention she's received, is a testament to her character and determination. In an interview this week, following her Athlete of the Year win, Clark revealed who she believes is the greatest basketball player of all time, none other than LeBron James. She also shared some heartfelt words about the support he's given her over the past year, further highlighting a bond between two of basketball's brightest stars. LeBron James, much like Caitlin Clark, attracted a tremendous amount of attention from the start of his career. The expectations placed on him were sky high, and he not only met them, but surpassed them, establishing himself as one of the greatest to ever play the game. Clark, still in the early stages of her career, has already far exceeded the high expectations set for her during her rookie season. Now, as she enters her second year with the Indiana Fever, she's looking to take the next step, helping the Fever return to the postseason and make an even bigger impact. Caitlin Clark's former teammate, Gabby Marshall, has explained that the Indiana Fever star should step into the world of modeling. The 22-year-old basketball star has enjoyed a meteoric rise to stardom over the past year or so after being drafted by the Fever as the first overall pick of the 2024 WNBA draft. Clark enjoyed 4 years with the Iowa Hawkeyes at collegiate level before signing a rookie contract with the WNBA franchise in March, quickly making a name for herself through her elite mentality and stellar performances on the court. The youngster broke a number of WNBA records, including fastest player to hit 100 three-pointers, most assists in a season, and most points by a rookie in a season, while guiding the Fever to their first playoffs run in 8 years. For her efforts, she was named as the WNBA's Rookie of the Year, clinching 66 of the 67 total votes for the accolade. Add to that WNBA All-Star, All-WNBA First Team, and WNBA All-Rookie Team honors, and Clark couldn't have enjoyed a better personal season on paper. And while the Iowa native would be foolish to explore any other career avenues at present, given how much she has achieved in such a short space of time, ex-Hawkeyes teammate Marshall believes that Clark should venture into the world of modeling. Clark was famously named as Time's Athlete of the Year, appearing on the publication's grayscale cover while donning a white vest, floating trousers, and bouncing a basketball. Clark was showered with an abundance of praise while sharing the achievement on her personal Instagram account with her 3 million followers, including a cheeky comment from Marshall, which read, "Maybe it's time to get into modeling?" with a winking emoji. And it wasn't only Marshall who took to the comments section to sing Clark's praises either. The official Barbie account added, "Rightly so." American athlete Anna Hall added, "Well-deserved." Fellow basketball star Hannah Stuelke wrote, "Okay, it's giving face and body," while Nike praised, "No time wasted." It comes after Clark last month tested the water with regards to the world of golf, teeing off at the 2024 Annika LPGA Pro-Am alongside Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam. However, many fans will be excited to see what the 2025 WNBA season brings for Clark, especially given that she will link up with Fever legend Stephanie White, who was announced as the franchise's head coach following Christy Side's departure. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is fresh off one of the greatest rookie seasons in WNBA history. After breaking records and winning Rookie of the Year, she's already proven she's one of the league's top players. This offseason, Clark has been enjoying some well-earned downtime. She spent time on the golf course, made appearances at charity events, and even attended a few NBA games. On Saturday, she was spotted at the Wisconsin Badgers versus Butler Bulldogs men's college basketball game. Clark's boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, is an assistant coach for Butler, so she was there to support him and catch the action. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA rookie sensation and former Iowa star, was named Time Magazine's 2024 Athlete of the Year, the magazine announced Tuesday. The recognition comes just months after Clark was named the WNBA Rookie of the Year, garnering near unanimous support from sports writers and broadcasters. Clark, 23, was selected number 1 overall in the 2024 WNBA draft and quickly established herself as one of the league's brightest stars. In her first season, she set a WNBA rookie record with 769 points and led the league with 337 assists, breaking the all-time record for most assists in a single season. Clark also made the most three-pointers by a rookie, showcasing her scoring versatility. Her accomplishments earned her spots on the WNBA All-Star Team, All-WNBA First Team, and WNBA All-Rookie Team. Her impact extended beyond her rookie season. In February, Clark became the NCAA Division I women's basketball all-time leading scorer, surpassing 3,800 career points. She also broke Pete Maravich's long-standing all-time scoring record, further cementing her place in basketball history. The 2023 NCAA Championship game, featuring Clark and Iowa against South Carolina, drew 18.9 million viewers, making it the second most watched women's sporting event in U.S. TV history, behind only the Olympics. Off the court, Clark made history with a reported $28 million endorsement deal with Nike, the largest ever for a women's basketball player. Her success helped propel the WNBA to new heights, with the 2024 season attracting a record 54 million unique viewers and boosting league attendance by 48%. Time's selection of Clark highlights not just her on-court achievements, but her growing influence as a global sports icon. With her record-breaking performances and off-court impact, Clark continues to inspire a new generation of athletes and fans. Caitlin Clark didn't mince words in her brutal assessment of Christy Sides' game plan while serving as head coach of the Indiana Fever. Back in October, the Fever announced that they had parted ways with Sides on the heels of the 2024 campaign, during which they went 20-20 and reached the WNBA postseason for the first time in 6 years. Indiana was quickly ousted from the playoffs by the Sun, however, falling to Connecticut in the first round via a 2-0 sweep. To replace Sides, the Fever brought in ex-Sun head coach Stephanie White, who, over the last 2 seasons, commanded Connecticut to a combined 55-25 record and back-to-back losses in the playoff semifinals. Prior to joining Indiana, where she spent a considerable amount of time both as a player and coach, the 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year had already made a lasting impression on Clark. While speaking with Time senior sports correspondent Sean Gregory for the magazine's 2024 Athlete of the Year feature, Clark conceded that White's game plan with the Sun was far better than Sides' scheme. When Stephanie White stopped by the shoot-around that I was at, I mentioned to Stephanie, "Caitlin really was impressed with your game plan. She told me earlier in the day," Gregory said while appearing on the Sports Media podcast. Caitlin said, "We never really had the best game plans back." According to Clark, Sides routinely drew up simple plays and expected her to take control in the game. Like, "Here's a ball screen, Caitlin. Figure it out," she explained. The blunt assessment took Gregory by surprise, as he couldn't believe that Clark was openly critiquing the work of her head coach. "I heard that, and I was like, wow. I'm sure Christy Sides doesn't love hearing that," he said. Though Clark was not always the biggest fan of Sides' game plans, the 22-year-old asserted that she played no role in the coach's firing. "I'm actually not the general manager of the team," Clark sarcastically noted,